How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Chilling with Millennials podcast. I am your friend, Ian, and I have my real life friend.
Dustin here at your
Yes.
service.
Welcome to our podcast for our first, or welcome to the first episode of our brand new podcast. As you can tell, we're a very professional podcast.
Look how professional this is. I mean,
Yep.
clearly I have a professional setup. You can see my mic. You can see, I got the background set up, and it's very consistent between Ian and my branding right now. So a lot of effort went into this, a lot of investment. So hope you like it.
I know I do.
Yes. All right. So first podcast. How you feeling about that, Ian?
I feel like we nailed the intro, got a solid,
I almost want to just redo it.
Nope. Forging on forward. I feel like we
right.
nailed it, like the Star Wars intro, just shocked the shit out of people. And they're like, oh,
Yeah,
damn, what's going to happen
Lucas
next?
just did that one take Star Wars intro. I think it was just
Yep.
He just typed it out. As
Yep.
it was scrolling down, he was just furiously typing. He did it in one take.
Yep.
And that's how Star Wars was born.
That's why I felt a little bit slow, because he was doing that by himself.
Yeah, exactly. So if he can do it, this is no problem.
I mean, yeah. Oh, funny fact. Did you hear that recently people are trying to get hot dogs and buns to be the same amount, or the same amount in packages?
How many were there in each?
I mean, it's usually some weird numbers, but usually hot dog buns and hot dogs are usually in different amounts. So usually you have a lot of one and nothing left of the other.
Yeah, it's 8 and 10 or something, right?
Yeah, I feel like it's always more hot dogs too.
You have to buy 5 of the 8 and 4 of the 10. That's the minimum you can buy to match. I feel like the buns should be more, right? But maybe the hot dogs are more because the buns are cheaper, right?
Yeah.
So if you waste 2 buns, it's not really a big deal. You can even eat it like bread. But if it's more hot dogs than buns, that's a problem. That's kind of a problem.
Yeah.
So it's kind of important. Which one is more hot dogs or buns? I don't know.
I feel like for us, it's not really an issue, just because we're well, we got all this stuff, might as well use it for something. I mean, who's the guys who are no, they have to make it the same amount. This is unacceptable.
I don't know. It's either trolls or people with a lot of time on their hands, I suppose.
So trolls.
Yeah, I guess just trolls. If you had 2 hot dogs, there's 8 buns, 10 hot dogs. You ate the pairs, and now there's 2 hot dogs left. What do you do with those 2 hot dogs?
I eat it with rice.
Just plain hot dogs and rice?
Yeah, hot dogs and rice.
Okay.
You don't do that?
No, I don't think I've ever eaten just hot dogs and rice, to be honest. But It sounds like a Hawaii thing. It sounds like it could be something.
Well, okay. It also depends what brand of hot dogs too.
What's the difference?
So that was it Hillshire Farm hot dogs? That compared to other brands, that's kind of basic bitch stuff.
Hillshire Farms, all right.
That yellow looking one with
keep that in mind. I only know Oscar Mayer.
Oh, is that Oscar Mayer? I don't know. I think it's Hillshire. I don't know.
Because they have that song.
I don't eat that shit. So,
but I mean, Oscar. In my brain.
Wait, Oscar is the Wienermobile, right? Or is that Hillshire?
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I don't eat that because
it's just too bland. Right?
Yeah. That's because we have Redondos. Redondos is really good hot dogs.
Okay. There's a difference between the hot dog and then the arabiki sausages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. They taste a lot different.
I don't really like. Do you consider hot dogs a sausage though?
Oh damn! No, no.
Mm,
I consider it a hot dog.
okay, that's fair because if they were considered a sausage, I would say they're the worst sausage out of all the sausages, basically.
Yeah,
Like I don't
yeah,
think I've ever had a wrapped meat paste that is worse than a hot dog. I think basically all sausages are better than hot dogs. It's
yeah,
just the shape
yeah,
of the hot dog that's the same.
yeah, yeah. It's just a dong.
They're really salty.
Yeah, they're very salty and long.
Yeah, so you would think I'd like those, but yeah, I don't really like hot dogs that much.
Well, I mean, it's not that bad. It's not too bad with rice.
Yeah, it miles it out for sure. I mean, that's why there's a bun too. It's like a mild outer, you know, kind of softens the taste of the hot dog. So,
Mm, mm. I
but
need to get that. Okay, I'm gonna stop that.
what is today's topic that we planned to talk about today?
Okay, based on our expert flow charts, we have determined that our topic will be about the Olympics because it's not like anything else is going on.
True, true. Yeah, it's kind of strange to be talking about the Olympics. It's 2021. Obviously, the
Mm.
Olympics happened last year in Tokyo in 2020. So
Yep.
yeah, like, but yeah, the Olympics. To be honest, the Olympics happen every 2 years. After they're done, I completely forget what happened, and I really don't care about the Olympics after they're done. Like when I'm watching it, I care. Like somehow the broadcasts and like the announcers and then like they make storylines and stuff like that to make you care about it. Like they make these stories like the backgrounds of the athletes and so yeah, like I end up caring and then they're shouting during the game, but
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm hypnotized by that and then like by the time it's over I'm like, oh wait, I don't know these sports and I don't really care about these sports.
Huh. I feel like, that's kind of different from me. I guess. I mean, yeah, there are for sure sports that like everybody's like, oh yeah, I remember that. But then like during the rest of the year, they're like, it's not something that you would think about normally for any
Yeah.
reason except for talking about the Olympics or for like talking about random sports that you know just to fill up like a conversation.
I feel like most of the sports are like college sports. Like you see them in colleges, but they don't have pro leagues.
Yeah,
So you don't really hear about them or see them besides the Olympics. It's like you went to
yeah,
like the world's greatest college like sports meet and there's like announcers and stuff and that's it. Instead of colleges it's countries. That's kind of the
damn,
Olympics.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually for what what do you normally watch during the Olympics then?
Well, the ones that I feel like are pushed a lot are swimming. I might be biased,
Mm-hmm.
but I think swimming is pushed a lot. Track and
Yeah,
field,
yeah,
those are really easy to like understand. Obviously, like not at a deep level, but you're really just trying to get to the finish line as fast as possible, so like
yeah,
everybody can understand it. And then
yeah. That's.
gymnastics, but I feel like women's gymnastics gets pushed more than men's gymnastics for some
I
reason.
mean, would you rather watch guys doing it or girls doing
I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know.
it?
Because usually you think like, okay, like what's more popular, men's volleyball or women's volleyball?
well, especially here, I feel like it's women's volleyball.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you think that is, though?
I don't know. Well, I know for fuck, I don't even know if I want to say that, but for volleyball, okay, men's and women's feel like on a little bit on different levels. Granted, there are women players who can play as good as some men, but men's volleyball feels a lot faster,
Yeah,
which I don't know, maybe people don't like as
yeah.
much,
I feel
which is
like,
weird, but
yeah, I agree with you about that. Like when you're watching men's volleyball, like it is way faster than women's volleyball. Like spikes are way harder.
yeah,
Um, and it's like almost so fast that you kind of can lose track of what's going on. It's like
no,
super fast.
yeah,
So that could be one reason, but I don't even know if that's just like because I watch more women's volleyball, so it's like the men's one I'm not used to. But
yeah,
yeah, I feel like the men's one is like really fast paced, a little bit like I don't know if you're trying to chill and just watch some volleyball, maybe women's is easier. I don't know.
yeah. And then, well, I think it also might be seasons because I think women's volleyball is like right around the fall because I think it's before men's volleyball, if I remember. So I feel like I don't know. Sports during the fall is different than sports like after like break or like after the new year.
Wait, which one is women's before or after the fall?
Women's is before, I believe. Yeah, they
Okay.
should be. But I mean, at the same time, like for basketball, we don't really watch like the WNBA compared to like the NBA.
Exactly. So that's different, right? Like
Yeah,
NBA is way faster pace than
yeah.
WNBA.
I mean, granted, I don't watch basketball at all, but
But it's kind of like the same thing where like the men's one is faster pace, like
Mhm.
it's hitting harder, but people like the men's one more than the women's one.
Yeah, yeah,
So
which is weird. But yeah.
yeah,
So wait, you mostly watch then swimming, right?
yeah. I think
Swimming,
swimming,
gymnastics.
track and field, and gymnastics are like probably the top three that I remember watching.
Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
there's also like diving. Um,
Mhm.
that's I don't know. I guess that's all I remember.
Man, that sounds like the normie answer for the Olympics.
This is the normie answer for the Olympics. I'm not nothing more than a casual Olympic watcher.
Yeah,
So
that's.
let me check this list of sports because
Oh, I can give it to you. I got it right here.
I got it
So,
too. I got it.
um, holy crap, there's so
There's a
many.
ton.
I believe there's like 40 something. Yeah, I cannot list all of these. I thought I could do it, but nope, nope. That's
Okay,
way too
there's some I
difficult.
definitely haven't watched. Um,
Hmm.
I haven't
Artistic
watched.
gymnastics,
No, I think I've watched that.
artistic swimming.
No, not synchronized swimming. I haven't watched canoe
Um,
and kayak.
no, there's two. There's sprint and then slaloms. Damn,
Yeah, neither of
BMX is
those.
new.
I haven't watched. Almost probably none of the cycling, to be honest.
Yeah.
Haven't
Well, the
seen
the track ones are
equestrian.
interesting.
Which one?
The track ones are interesting because it's the one there in the dome or like it's like the
Oh,
NASCAR
I
of
see.
cycling.
I see. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That one's pretty interesting because I mean it's NASCAR level of like understanding.
Yeah, that does seem pretty interesting, but I've never watched it. Um,
Uh, yeah, you
yeah,
said equestrian.
equestrian. I don't think I didn't even know it was in the Olympics. I'm sorry, equestrian people, but
No, they're not
yeah, I don't
listening.
think I've ever seen it. Huh? Baseball and softball are coming back.
Yeah.
They've been gone for quite a while, so that's
Yep.
probably why I didn't remember it.
Damn. You know, I forgot golf was an Olympic sport.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh darn!
But
Okay.
I feel like why would I watch it in the Olympics when I can just watch the PGA or the LPGA? You know.
Well, why would you watch the basketball when you can watch the NBA?
Well, that's true. Well, because you have a lot of the Euro leagues and the outer leagues competing with the NBA.
Yeah, yeah. I just feel like the Olympics is like a different level of prestige
Yeah,
because like it attracts more casual fans than any pro leagues.
that's true. That's true.
It somehow
Yeah,
has this level of prestige somehow, even though it's just like obviously just arbitrary.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
I mean, it
interesting.
is the Olympics.
Or like tennis, right? Like there's Grand Slams, but there's
Yeah,
also the Olympics. But I feel
yeah.
like Grand Slams are more prestigious in tennis.
I think so too.
I feel
Because I
like
mean,
NBA championships are more prestigious in basketball because the
yeah, because
America
usually
is
it's the
just going to win.
American.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, for baseball, I don't think America's like in line to win or expected to like easily win.
Who, Japan or?
No, no, America's not. Or because usually for like because baseball is like a pretty American sport,
Yeah.
so people would be like, oh, America's gonna win, right?
No, I mean like who's going to win this time?
I honestly think it's either Korea or Japan.
Because Japan has obviously like Shohei Otani.
Mhm.
I don't know if he can like carry an entire team. I don't even
No, but
watch or know
I don't think
baseball
he
at all.
can play because the MLB's not pausing; like they're just
Uh,
continuing. And
that
was it the
sucks.
Nihon leagues, and then the what is it, the Korean leagues? They're actually pausing for the Olympics so they can get all their good guys out.
You know, those
Uh,
America just doesn't care. America's like, eh, we'll just do it our way. And then Japan and
kind of
Korea,
right.
I mean, those are top 10 economies, top 5 economy.
Yeah,
Japan's the
they're probably like
top
the
3
top
economy.
baseball teams besides or baseball countries besides America.
Japan and Korea,
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah. So they're like taking it hardcore. But then like
yeah.
there's kind of a rivalry there, so it's like
Oh yeah,
hmm. But yeah, the best Japanese players I think go to the MLB, right? So
yeah. Actually, the best Korean players too.
oh, okay. So like maybe Japan and Korea aren't going to have their best players then, but
I
like
mean,
their
yeah.
league's best players they'll have, but maybe not like.
Yeah, which are probably guys who are like major league prospects for American teams. So
I feel like Korea would pull their guys from America though.
I
I
mean,
don't
they
know.
might, but I mean, at the same time, their teams could like find them for like not showing up.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I feel like some actual sports analysts would actually know what's going on.
Yeah, but some sports analysts just don't know what's going on anyway. So who cares?
That's true. That's true.
I've never seen field
Uh,
hockey.
uh,
I'm not really even sure how you play field hockey. Um,
it's
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 kind of like
pretty much
hockey.
what it's except on a grassy field
Is
with
it? Does it have
no
rollerblades or
skates. No.
it's just like running?
Yeah.
Is there a puck or is it like a ball?
No, it's a ball. Yeah, it's kind of like lacrosse except you use giant candy canes.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, I remember it because of the what year was it? The Swedish women's field hockey team. I remember that.
What year
Yeah,
was that? Like a long time ago, or
I don't think it was that long
because I
ago.
don't remember that at all.
Moving on.
No, tell me about it. Why does anyone care about the
No,
Swedish women's field hockey
no.
team?
Because wait. I
Because
believe
I get the
Orange
Jamaican
is
bobsled. That's a cool story.
no,
But
I believe Orange is Sweden or is it Denmark? I think it's Sweden. But yeah, they were. I'm pretty sure everyone was like they're the most attractive like team out there. So it obviously garnered a little bit more attention than normal.
So it's because they were the most attractive.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up, but all right, all
I
right.
mean,
I feel like, yeah, I feel like those, I don't know, like Northern European countries have a pretty strong advantage in the attractive.
yeah, if you're into that, yeah.
Like, okay, because like, you know what? I'm not gonna even go there. All right, so
Nope. We'll save that for another episode.
yeah, this is the first one. I don't want to like ruin my career on the first one, so it's
I
just
mean,
not.
I feel like I've probably done that, so I'm just like,
Don't worry, there's editing, so it's okay.
oh yeah, oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll edit all of this out.
Yeah. Whoa! Did you know there's tug of war?
Wait, no, are you bullshitting me?
I'm not bullshitting you, but it was discontinued in 1920.
What?
Yeah, tug of war was a sport until 1920.
Damn, that's
That's pretty epic. That's just a brute sport. That's just like a very simple sport. It's kind of like track and field. Like who can run the
yeah.
fastest? It's just like who can pull this rope the hardest. I feel like
It's like,
they should kind of have that. Honestly, I feel like that's a good
I
sport.
mean, it's pretty like monkey brain as you can get. It's like you pull
Exactly.
rope, I pull rope, we pull same time.
Honestly, I feel like the monkey brain sports should be in the Olympics, like most of them, and they already
Yeah.
are, like track and field. I mean, obviously, like there's some strategy to that.
Okay, we're not saying that the those athletes are monkey brain, but they're the most easily for outside spectators to understand and enjoy and watch.
No, I'm saying there's less tactics. There's less tactics
Yeah,
in those sports. Like, let's say in any team sport, there's way more tactics than
yeah,
track and field. Swimming, I mean, of
yeah.
course, there's tactics in that for both of those, like, especially in the
Hmm.
distance races,
Yeah, or
like
like
conserving
relays
your
and stuff.
energy, breathing
Yeah.
techniques, things like that. But, like, cooperation, strategy, offense, defense, those types of things, like, yeah, there's none of that. So, I mean, I have no
Yeah.
problem saying that's a monkey brain sport. Yeah, tug of
Damn.
war. That would be cool.
I did not know that.
That's awesome.
Uh, Rugby. Of course rugby's gonna be in there. Rowing. Yeah. I've seen rowing. That's
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I have seen rowing too. Yeah.
yeah. Sailing. Not I don't think I've watched sailing.
No, I don't. I think weightlifting is a really good sport for the
No,
Olympics.
yeah.
It's
So
also a monkey
for
brain.
my list, I
Yeah.
mean I mean that might be why I enjoy it, but for my list of like sports that I normally watch, it's swimming, of course,
Yeah.
soccer or football, wherever you're from,
Soccer. Soccer.
gymnastics, not so much, but I don't know. The male gymnastics is pretty impressive. Like, bro, that's some real strength right there.
Yeah. So like the women's one has the balance beam and the male doesn't,
Mhm.
right? Because you can
Yeah,
like hit your balls, right?
yeah.
And then the men's has like the, what do you call that thing? The
Oh,
something horse.
they have the rings and they have the
Oh yeah,
pommel
the
horse.
rings. Yeah, both of those.
Bro, that's so much upper body strength.
Yeah, that's just crazy. That's just crazy.
I mean, seeing them where like they're like on the rings and they're like literally like, horizontal, just
Yeah,
using their arms. I'm like, bro. I mean, arms and probably like back and shit, but that's super impressive.
yeah, that's really impressive stuff. Yeah, that's
But
good.
then again, gymnastics in general is really impressive. Like
That's
you,
true. I
like
mean, yeah, it's a basic thing like how well you can move your body, how well you can like maneuver your body um,
yeah,
in the purest form.
yeah.
Yeah, so I think it definitely is a great Olympic sport.
Oh yeah. So yeah, weightlifting, soccer, swimming,
Yeah.
those are my main ones. I feel like sometimes I watch kind of like the, I don't want to say fringe sports, but like the less popular sports. So
Hmm.
like shooting.
Okay, like air. Is there an air rifle? What is it called? Like
um
archery. There's archery, right?
yeah, there's archery and then there's shooting. So like yeah, which has air rifles as well as shotguns.
Shotguns.
Yeah, for like, the
Isn't there like a
clays and
spread?
stuff.
Oh, skeet shooting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, those are pretty interesting, and then they're pretty like it's obviously if you it's pretty obvious if you fuck up too.
Because the thing doesn't explode.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's pretty bad. But like obviously, like every country can send like Olympic athletes, right? And then
Hmm.
some countries, obviously, like not all countries have great Olympic athletes. Like it's kind of like a
Yeah,
privileged thing. Like if your country is developed enough to cultivate athletics, because like some
yeah,
countries they just like one they don't have equipment.
yeah.
Two, like they have better things, they have more important things to worry about than
Like
athletics.
stability.
Yeah, like economic stability or even like growing food or something like that.
Mm.
But like they send Olympic athletes anyway. Like in swimming, maybe some of them don't even have like goggles or like. I wonder if they do that for the shooting as well. Like some people that didn't even never held a gun before, and
Damn.
they're just like, hey, we're just gonna participate, um,
Yeah.
and they just don't hit any of the targets. They're
Well,
just like shooting
I
it in
feel
the
like
air.
yeah. So the Olympic Committee, because I think each country has its own Olympic committee.
Yeah,
So I assume like they get some money from the Olympics, like the big like Olympic committee. So they
the
probably have at least
IOC.
like yeah.
I actually was reading about this before this call. Like they do get a cut of, mm, I think like anything that uses the Olympic logo. Like I think they get a percentage, certain percentage. So yeah, they make a pretty good
Hmm.
amount of money.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like it's weird because there's studies about Olympic cities. Like, do they actually get a positive return on their investment? Because like on average, it costs something like $10 billion to
Yeah, I bet.
host the Olympics. Beijing in 2008 was the most expensive Olympics at $40 billion,
Hmm.
and then
Damn.
like the most profitable Olympics was like I think Salt Lake City because they already had the
Mm.
facilities, so they didn't build
Yeah.
anything. So it was like basically it concluded that the Olympics is pretty much just a risky investment. Like it could be good for your economy, but it
Hmm.
could just very well be a disaster for your economy as well. So,
Yeah.
and then some people kind of like bribe the Olympic Committee to choose
Hmm.
their country, like give them gifts or something.
Oh
Like
yeah.
people accuse, like they accused London of that, or France accused London in 2012. I
Yeah.
think they accused Tokyo of that. But yeah, like, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of,
It's not bribery. It's just Japanese customs. Come on.
it's kind of true though.
I mean, bribery kind of is
Yeah,
like
that's kind of
kind of a
true.
Japanese
Like,
custom.
gifts is a very big part of Japanese
I
culture.
mean, when you get to a culture where you get gifts for getting a gift or for like giving a gift, that's like some next level gift giving, you know?
Yeah, like it's not. I mean, it is kind of a bribe, but if it's that part of a culture, then you can't really like say, "Hey, don't
Yeah.
do that." Like, just erase that part of your culture, please.
Yeah. It's like erase your like 1,000 years of gift giving cultures. We don't need
Yeah,
that. Yeah. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, weightlifting. Oh yeah, weightlifting. I weightlifting is crazy. Have you watched Olympic weightlifting?
Only on YouTube.
Hmm. Wait, I feel like you're the guys who watch like the biggest Olympic weightlifting fails kind of thing.
No, that stuff's messed up. That stuff is like
Yeah.
gruesome. I don't really want to see that.
No,
That's
no,
kind of
no.
like messed up. Like people
That shit gives me
dislocating their
nightmares.
shoulders and like just yeah, it's messed
Yeah.
up. It's crazy like how hard they're pushing. Like,
Yeah.
dang, don't hurt yourself. But
I know.
it's
But
crazy.
I cannot imagine that.
That's just
No.
such a scary sport, honestly. Like that's probably one of the most taxing on your body because it's just straight up lifting as much weight as possible.
Yep.
Like one range of movement, like as much force as possible, like pushing your body to the limit. That's pretty scary.
Mm-hmm. No, that's for sure one of the like. I feel like it's the most easiest to understand. Like if you
Yeah,
fail, but at the same
yeah,
time, it's like the most like harrowing almost, just because it's so simple. But at the same time, in its simplicity, it's like, bro, it's like all or nothing kind of thing.
yeah. That's true. And
Uh,
yeah, obviously you could get injured. So
yeah, I feel like that has probably one of the biggest like risk factors. I mean, there are probably other ones like with big risk factors, but it's like you legit could die.
true, true.
Especially for what is it, the clean and snatch?
Yeah, that's the one that's like probably the scariest to me.
Yeah,
One of the
yeah,
scariest because like your shoulders, they're so fragile because it's like a ball
yeah,
and socket type of thing.
yeah.
Like a squat, like a deadlift. Okay, obviously you can injure yourself,
Uh, which
and
I
it's
have.
way heavier.
Yeah,
But like clean and snatch or whatever it's called, like
yeah,
literally lifting it above your head and then just like all that weight on your shoulders. That's crazy.
yeah. Well, actually,
That's
so there are two main lifts. It's sorry, I missaid it. It's the snatch and the clean and jerk. So the snatch is where they both have the bars on the ground, and then the snatch, I believe, is the one where you lift it and it goes straight into the like holding position.
okay,
And
okay.
then
And then the other
the
one is two.
it's the one where you can like lift it up to your
Yeah.
shoulders and then you can like jerk it up like that.
Okay, okay. So the snatch is one motion and then the clean and jerk is two.
Yeah.
Both are crazy.
Yeah.
I guess the
Oh
snatch is
yeah.
crazier though, but it might be lower
Yeah.
weight, huh?
Yeah, I believe that record is lower than the other one. Just
Right.
because since it's two movement or one movement,
Yeah.
it probably is a lot harder to do it
Yeah.
than two. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Or
makes
no, it is
sense.
harder to do. Yeah.
Have you
Because
tried
there's a
those
time.
lifts?
Yeah. Well, first off, I had to get myself flexible enough to even do that because it is crazy how flexible those guys are.
Yeah. Those guys' bodies are like optimized for
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
specific thing.
Like shoot, I couldn't even do an Asian squat, but I'm pretty sure all those guys can easily do Asian squats. And like those guys, some of those guys are like easy
What kind of
300, you know.
Asian are you?
Ah,
Like, how can you not
the
do an
American
Asian
kind.
squat?
Yo. Bro, my calves are so
Come on,
big that my butt can't touch.
even Eastern Europeans can do an Asian squat.
Damn. Okay, well, I can do it, but I can't like hold it, you know, for like a long
Okay,
time. But my calves are too big, and and my butt can't touch my heels.
okay. You're just too
You
thick.
know,
So,
I mean, I'm triple C, you know.
fair enough.
Anyways,
But yeah, I've
um,
never done the snatch. I mean, I've done the like clean and jerk, but that's like,
Hmm.
I mean, not with heavyweight. I mean, it's not
Hmm.
like, yeah, not with heavyweight. Nothing
But
that
those
I
are.
thought was dangerous. Like
Oh yeah.
maybe if I could like overhead press it,
Huh.
then it's just like, okay, it's just an easier overhead press because I can like use my body.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
you
not
have
that
that like
dangerous.
momentum.
Yeah, but yeah, dang. If you do that to the max, that's crazy.
No, yeah, because, bro, I don't even know. Like I remember guys doing like what, 200 kilos, which is like what kilos is what
That's like
half
two
of a
point
pound.
two pounds or something.
Yeah, so it's like 400
Four
pounds.
like
I'm like,
450 pounds
that was some crazy. I'm like, guys,
in a
I
snatch.
can't even. Yeah, like I mean, that was probably the open division,
That's
so like
crazy.
the heavier guys. But I'm like, bro, I can't even like deadlift that, or I can barely deadlift that. You guys are just like clean and snatching it, or like clean and jerking, or snatching
That's
that. I'm like,
insane.
bro,
That's insane.
yeah,
Like, yeah, if I would, well, the bar wouldn't move for me, obviously, but but if you just like, if you put it in my arms while they were
yeah.
above my head, I would probably die. So,
Oh yeah, and yeah, they don't really have spotters for that either, which is
nah,
insane.
that's true.
Or they have ring attendants, or I believe it's called ring or platform attendants, who just like stand on the sides, and then it's like
Yeah,
if it looks like you might fuck up and hurt yourself, they're like, we're gonna help you, but it's like
yeah. It's kind of like
that's nuts.
it's like any like extreme sport like skateboarding even that just got added to the Olympics, but like
Yeah.
when you some of the tricks they do are so crazy.
Mhm.
It's like how many times did you like fail this before? And it's
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like the same thing with the weightlifting. It's like they probably failed so many times that it's kind of safe because they know how to fail.
Oh yeah. Because I feel like okay, if just as a backstory, I used to lift a lot for people who don't know. But yeah, you would we would never get to failure, or it was very rare, but if we did, there was usually a spotter. This isn't for Olympic lifting, this is regular lifting, bro lifting. So uh
But like power
it's
lifts,
yeah,
even power
powerlifting.
lifts, you have a spotter.
Yeah.
Like
So for all the three main movements, you have spotters. So for like bench, you have two people on each side of the bench, and
mm,
then you have the guy who stands over you and hands off. And then
yeah,
for squats, same thing. Two people where the weights are, if not three or four. Just because some of these guys are like pushing. I think the biggest or the most I've ever seen someone squat is like 1,000.
okay,
Yeah.
like in person.
Oh no, not in person. I think I was watching like the Arnold, or it was like one of those lifting meets.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
1,000 kilos
and
or pounds,
pounds.
pounds.
No kilos, bro. Not even the mouth. Oh no,
Well,
I don't
that's
know.
literally a ton, right?
Yeah, that's like a shit ton.
I mean, that is literally a ton, right? Like 2,000
Yeah,
pounds. Yeah,
yeah,
um, yeah.
yeah.
Weightlifting,
But
solid.
yeah, it's pretty amazing what the human body can do.
Yeah, that's like the beauty of the Olympics and like the
Mm.
beauty of sports in general. Like seeing the pinnacle of the human body, or like
Mm.
seeing what people are capable of. I think like
Yeah,
that's kind of like the appeal of it. To be honest, it's like
yeah.
beautiful.
I feel like it's partly that, and also just straight nationalism.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's definitely a huge part of it. That's definitely a huge like straight
Yeah,
up nationalism, like patriotism.
yeah.
But only like it's kind of messed up because what I kind of like realized is it's just another way for rich countries to bully poor countries.
Kind of.
Like, because like human bodies. I mean, I think there are possibly some like genetic differences between different areas, but that's like the great equalizer. Everybody's made out of flesh and bone in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And money is just like something extra. Like money is just like a construct of society. But like the Olympics is not that fair because the rich countries have the luxury of practicing. They have the luxury of paying athletes. They have the luxury of equipment. So yeah, like the poor countries end up at the bottom of the Olympics, even though like probably like if everybody had the same access to equipment, training, everything like that, we would see much more equal like medal count between countries. But if you look at the top countries, it's just the rich countries at the top. I mean, even Great Britain. Why is Great Britain one of the top medaling countries? It's pretty small. Yeah, like it's just small. Like so, I don't know.
No,
that part kind of
is kind of true.
That part kind of sucks.
Because I feel like it's usually U.S., China, Russia. I feel like Japan isn't that high, but yeah, France, Japan, Korea, Germany, pretty much like your entire G7 plus a couple other countries.
Yeah, wait, let me check the United States.
Like it might be G20.
Soviet Union, that's not.
No.
Great Britain, Germany, France, Italy, China, Sweden.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just rich countries. So
I feel like that's the Olympics, but I feel like the World Cup is a little bit more fair.
Yeah, because there are actual like not very economically developed countries that are powerhouses.
Like I mean, everyone would like agree that like Brazil, Argentina, or like South Africa, or like Kenya, or Colombia, all these countries who you wouldn't necessarily call or would say that they're equal in economics to like America, but they're for sure powerhouses in that like
I mean, they're just straight up better than America in soccer. Like straight up better. So because like one factor is probably that like you can just all you need is a ball, right? Like all you need is a ball in a field. So that part of it is kind of equalizing. Like it's not like swimming where you need a pool. Like you need like someone to build a pool, maintain a pool, have enough pools in your country to get like the talent to start swimming. Yeah, I think swimming's probably like a rich sport. I mean, I think almost the Winter Olympics is all rich. Like, like first of all, most countries are not in that zone. They're not in. They don't even have like snow. So I don't know about most, but like a lot of countries don't even have snow. So like, there's your disadvantage right there. So yeah, like I feel like that really favors the European countries.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's such a deep topic too.
Yeah. What was like the original question?
Olympics. Well, I mean, Olympics is kind of a broad thing, so it technically is within our topic, but that I feel like that's another like can of worms that you could just open up. I mean,
yeah,
because that just leads into like global politics, global, the distribution of wealth.
Yeah, I don't think it goes like quite that deep. Like, I think Olympics and politics, like actual governments, I don't think there's that much of a connection, but like it does turn into some really like nationalistic, patriotic thing. Like like even Me, I get pretty into the USA. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
fun, like cheering on the USA because we tend to like dominate a lot.
yeah,
You're like, that's my team,
yeah.
that's my country right there. You feel like you're part of it.
Oh yeah.
That's like the appeal of it. I mean, it's just like
Mm-hmm.
cavemen thinking like tribalism, but
Huh.
it is fun to be sure. Okay,
Oh
I
yeah.
have a question.
Yep.
So, what are the top three countries that you cheer for during the Olympics? I said top three because
Uh
it makes it a hard question.
yeah.
Because top one is obvious. Top two, I think, is like pretty easy. But top three countries.
I'd probably go with Japan and Korea. Yeah.
What
That's
about
my
USA,
two.
man?
Oh
Heavy
no,
no
no, yeah, yeah.
pride.
I mean, do you even have to ask? Come
Yeah,
on.
that's what I. Yeah, that's why the top one is too easy. So
No,
you
yeah, yeah,
think
yeah. I feel,
USA, Japan, and Korea are your
yeah,
top three for cheering?
yeah,
So like,
yeah,
if there's no USA person, if there's a Japan person, then
yeah,
probably cheer for that. Yeah.
yeah. What about you?
Yeah, probably the same actually. Yeah, probably
Yeah,
the same.
I
Pretty
guess that's
obviously.
that's kind of like, well, we don't have any like Korean blood in us, but like the Japanese one is pretty like
Yeah, Japanese
you
one.
know.
I mean, you and I are both Japanese Americans, so we kind of have the
Hmm.
affinity for the Japanese. Plus, they're a little bit of an underdog. I feel like people don't think Asians are athletes, which is
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's a little bit fair.
Well,
But
maybe not Japan, but like for sure China.
oh, I mean, China's crazy though, because like, don't you think they're like kind of like cheating though, right? Like,
I mean, a little bit, but within the rules, so I guess it's not cheating.
because like they're training some kids from like childhood to just straight up be
Yeah.
Olympic athletes, right?
I
Whereas in the
mean, but
U.S., it's kind of the same, but it's not like intentional. It's like the
well, yeah,
capitalist approach to
like
it.
they choose or like their parents choose
It's
for
like
that.
they're, it's like yeah, it's so competitive between the little kids
Hmm.
that they get started younger and younger. They get more hardcore. They get like professional trainers, and then
Yeah,
it just gets more and more hardcore where you just get crazy good athletes at the end. Whereas China,
yeah,
it's like the government's kind of like, all right, we got to get this crop of like really good Olympic athletes, and then there's probably like state sponsored. Huh.
oh yeah. I feel like America's not that far off from that, except they're not doing like the direct state sponsorship. They're more of indirectly sponsoring the organizations.
Mm.
Like
Hmm.
not necessarily like your yeah, they're not like giving money to people, but they're like boosting up like soccer or like swimming or USA swimming or USA gymnastics teams, you know.
Mm.
They're like at least giving that like incentive for them to like make it more of a thing, expand more.
Mm. That's so strange. That's so strange. Like it's just a it's just a sports competition, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. It's very nationalistic, very
Yeah, it is.
very tribal.
It honestly
But
is.
yeah,
Everything's kind of tribal.
yeah, everything's tribal, but yeah, the Olympics definitely.
Yeah. I don't
All
know.
right.
Sometimes I kind of just like forget about it at sometimes, and I just watch it just because it's interesting to watch some sports that I don't normally watch. You know what I mean?
No, I mean I definitely. Well, did you watch the Olympics? This Olympics so far? Did you watch any?
Uh no.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, because what is actually because the opening ceremony is supposed to be like on Friday, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Today's
So opening
Friday.
ceremony. Oh yeah, it's Thursday. Oh yeah. So it's actually supposed to happen tonight. So it hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay. I thought there was some
Yeah.
like events that happened, but
No. I think like the bigger sports, so like softball, soccer, uh, and shooting, they already started. Just because,
mhm.
yeah, if you try and get through baseball, yeah, that's gonna be forever.
Yeah, yeah, true. But yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
watch any yet. Um, yeah, I guess I don't know. Like, it's pretty controversial. I think like a lot
Yeah.
of people are kind of against the Olympics this time, um,
Yeah.
especially in Japan. Like,
Yeah.
did you see like Toyota drop their sponsorship?
Yeah.
Who else? A couple other big companies dropped their sponsorships
No,
of
yeah.
the Olympics, and like they're letting in like coronavirus positive people into the Olympics and like into Japan and
Yeah.
stuff. It's
That
kind
was
of
crazy.
a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is that enough for me to boycott watching it? To be honest, like to be completely honest, I'll probably still watch it.
Yeah. No,
I
yeah.
mean,
I
yeah,
mean, it's already gonna happen, so it's like us not watching it isn't necessarily gonna affect it that much.
do they get paid less in advertising if they don't? I don't know. I don't know how those deals work, but
Yeah.
because yeah, if it's based on viewership, then maybe they get
Hmm.
less.
No, yeah.
But definitely like sponsors dropping out, probably
Sucks.
that probably they get less money. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah. That's a sticky situation, and yeah, Japanese people are seem really divided.
Yeah, I think most Japanese people are against it though.
I don't know. I think. Oh, this just might be my take, but I think it's kind of like the most vocal people are against it.
I feel like most like polls I've seen and like it's anywhere from 60% against to like 70% against that I've seen,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, because yeah, I think I did watch the. Did you watch the Asian boss video
Yeah, I
of the
saw that one
Olympics?
where they're in like Omotesando and they're just like
Uh,
um, asking people on the street to
yeah,
choose yes or no.
yeah,
You saw that one? Yeah, like I watched that one. It was so weird because like the question, how they phrased the question sucked because it was like
hmm,
yes if you're against it. I was like,
yeah,
what? Like this is confusing. Why don't you just say no for
yeah,
against it? And, but anyway,
yeah,
like, but most people in that video were against it. Like it's
yeah.
like
But it
seventy
wasn't
percent
like
or
that.
something.
No, I think it was like 60-40. It was. It wasn't like super divided,
Yeah,
or like super
60.
lopsided. Yeah.
But that's pretty lopsided. Like 60.
But like I think people are under the misconception that like a lot, like majority of, oh, it is majority, but like I feel like people are under the conception that like 80%, 80-90% of Japanese don't want it to happen, kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I would still say 60% is a lot
Yeah,
of people that don't want it to happen, especially for a
yeah,
culture that is very like homogenous. Like even in culture, like you shouldn't have a having an opposing opinion or like choosing an independent stance is not as celebrated in Japanese culture. So it's kind of
oh yeah.
interesting that
I
it's
mean,
like so divided.
mhm.
And I think like yeah, 60% is like huge.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. which is nuts. But I don't know. I really wonder the demographic breakdown of that. Well, then again, it's hard to say.
I'll tell you, they're all Japanese.
Oh, I would have never known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I feel like a lot of foreigners in Japan really are against it.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
That's kind of.
well, one thing that's messed up is the Japanese borders have been closed since
Mm-hmm.
March of this year. So
Oh yeah.
basically, no new comers to Japan can enter Japan under any circumstances, unless you're a Japanese national or a permanent resident, or a few other exceptions. So basically, no
Yeah.
one can come to Japan on business. No one can come to Japan on tourism. No one can come to Japan as a student. No one can come to Japan um, as a dependent or family. So yeah, like Japan's just like straight up lock the borders,
Yeah.
regardless of anyone's situation, except
I
they
think only like nationals and military, right?
maybe military, maybe
Yeah.
they have like different rules, but
Yeah.
yeah, like, but then they let in the Olympic athletes, the Olympic trainers, the
Mm,
the media coverage of the Olympics,
mm.
affiliated people with the Olympics that are straight up carrying the coronavirus. Like, not
Yeah.
even not even a chance of carrying the coronavirus. Like, they actually have the coronavirus.
Like
So yeah,
confirmed 60 plus
yeah,
cases kind
like
of.
confirmed, like confirmed scientifically to have the coronavirus. They let these people in,
Well,
and
they
then
fucked up on that. Like the Japanese, I don't know if it's the Japanese Olympic Committee or the whoever did that. They fucked up because they didn't do the quarantine thing at
no, because
all.
they're
You
not
know?
enforcing anything. They're not
Yeah.
like, yeah, they have these rules, but in Japan they don't enforce it because there's such a high degree of trust in the
Yeah.
people. Like, Japanese people
Or
are
the honor
fairly,
system.
yeah, honorable. Like 99% of people will follow the rules, even if you
Yeah.
don't like put a gun to their head. Whereas like in
Yeah.
America, you have to put the gun to their head, or else like
Yeah.
they're not going to follow the rules. Um,
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Because, I mean, the reason why the spikes were happening was because a good amount of Japanese people weren't following the rules.
what do you mean?
So like the recent spikes, because there are still businesses that haven't, like, not all the businesses are conforming to the curfews and like limits.
That's true. But if you look at like the COVID cases in Japan, um, there are spikes and then troughs. There are
Mm.
peaks and valleys. And
Yeah.
the valleys generally correlate with the states of emergency implemented in Japan. So it
Mm.
does have a positive effect on like cases, even though like now, not all businesses follow those rules. But I would
Mm-hmm.
say like one, Japan never had um, really, they never locked down. Like, they never locked down ever.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
cases were relatively low. Um, so I think that's probably a little bit due to mask use. That's a little bit due to like, just the Japanese culture of kind of following the rules. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, but right now, as of this recording, it's another spike right now, and it's in a
Mm-hmm.
state of emergency.
Yeah.
And yeah, I saw this like post on Reddit. It was like this lady. She's on like Bumble, which is a dating app, and then
Oh
she was
yeah.
just like posting like all the profiles she came across that there were guys that were like in Olympic media or Olympic athletes, and they're all on the dating app.
Yeah.
trying to like go on dates and stuff when they're in a bubble
Yeah.
and they're not supposed to like leave. So it's not enforced at all. And
Well, then again, you don't necessarily have to meet up either.
I mean, it's clearly they wanted to meet up. Like they're
Yeah.
like trying to say, hey, I need someone to guide me around Tokyo, or I'm looking to like
Okay.
find
Yeah.
some
Then
spots
yeah,
in Tokyo
that's
to hang out. So
yeah.
yeah, it's
Dang.
yeah, it's not being contained.
Yeah.
There's just so many
But
holes. It's not you can't even. There's so many holes in their like plan that
mhm.
you can't even point to anyone and say, "Hey, this is it." I feel like it's just fundamentally broken, basically, and
Yeah,
there's
you
nothing
just
to do.
point to this very broad, vague text and be like, "See, this says right here."
Yeah, there's so much that would need to get fixed for it to even work. Um,
Yeah.
that yeah, it's just broken. It's like it's not gonna work.
No,
So
no, was it? I remember hearing that businesses that do not conform or do not follow the guidelines, they will be publicly named for not following those guidelines. It's not like we're gonna shut you down. No, we're just gonna tell everybody that you guys are doing dumb shit, which is
yeah,
pretty like harsh for Japanese.
yeah, that's enough for Japanese people. That's definitely like enough to motivate them, but
Oh yeah,
probably not enough for foreigners.
no, they'd be like, bro, First Amendment,
All
what?
right, cool. It's publicity.
Yeah, that's such a different mindset.
Yeah, no, I think they. I don't know. I always thought that it would give Japan a wake up call to have so many foreigners, but yeah, we'll see. We'll
Uh,
see. They're pretty
yeah,
xenophobic already, but
I would say yeah, xenophobic and just straight ignorant.
yeah,
Or the older ones. Some of the
they
younger
don't.
ones
Yeah,
are for sure a lot better.
I mean, there's a lot. Like I've met Japanese people who are like very worldly in all age ranges, but yeah, like generally, I guess, just generally, very generally,
Hmm.
yeah, especially like leadership and politics,
Oh yeah,
xenophobic, probably ignorant.
yeah. Which is not the best, but
But anyway, I have a I have a little game for you. I'm gonna name a sport that is not in the Olympics, and tell me if you think it should be in the Olympics. Like, tell me if you think it's worthy of being an Olympic
ooh,
sport. All right,
okay,
paintball.
yes,
Oh yeah,
yeah. I
let's
mean, well,
debate
I used to
why.
play
Why?
paintballs, so I have a bias.
It's kind of cool because like it's kind of like modern combat, right? But not
Yeah,
lethal.
yeah.
So that's kind of cool. A cool thing about it.
No, yeah, I really liked paintball. I mean, if I was younger and I could do that shit, I would probably still be playing paintball because I mean that was so much fun. And then yeah, it takes a lot of strategy, and yeah, sometimes games are super fast, even for like a 7-on-7 game. Sometimes they like get done in like five, no, not even 5 minutes, like 3 minutes.
Is it like so like competitive paintball? Is it all like in arena like rings, or is there some like open field or like in like a forest or something, or like in
Well,
competitive paintball?
I don't think there are any competitive like woods ball.
It's
Woods
all
ball is
like
more like it's
speedball.
most yeah, it's mostly speed, so it's like a lot of the inflatables and stuff. Sometimes they
Yeah.
do have competitions with like the like solid bunkers, but they're usually set up similar ways. And yeah, paintball is still not that big for sure. It's grown like double since like I was into it, which is really nice. And it's on ESPN, has a lot of live coverage and stuff, but it's still not big enough where you would see it like in an arena or stuff. I mean, I think they only had it in the X Games like once, and then
Oh,
that's
really?
about it. Yeah.
After that, they were like, nah.
Nah. They'd rather do like, autocross or like not autocross, but like weird like car trick things. Yeah. I don't know.
Dang.
Super weird. But yeah.
Yeah, paintball's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it could be a really good Olympic sport because, yeah,
No, yeah.
like I said, it's kind of like a simulation of modern combat. I think that
Yeah.
part is cool. And yeah, like you said, there's strategy and tactics involved.
Yeah, I say it's a little bit of a dumbed down physical version of chess. Because
Okay.
like how like the back row pieces have different lanes of travel as well
Yeah.
as different ways of attacking. It's a lot of preventing moves by moving your guys into certain places.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
So
super dope.
paintball's a yes.
Oh
Paintball's
yeah,
a
that's a
yes from
hell
both
yeah.
of us. All right. Next one.
uh
American football.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I agree
I
with
don't know
that.
why.
I agree with that. I
I,
don't think it should be.
I feel like they already got rugby, so it's
Mm.
like, do we really need American football?
I feel like there's just too few countries that even practice American football.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, when I heard that there was a Japanese high school that played American football, I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
bro, how many other teams do they play against?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, first off, they know what American football is. Second off, who do they play?
Yeah. America would have such a big advantage.
Yeah.
It would only just be like a circle jerk for Americans to have American football.
Which Americans probably wouldn't mind.
Yeah, Americans wouldn't mind, but like nobody else in the world would care about it. I think it's
Yeah.
just not a good Olympic sport.
Oh no.
So no for American football.
No.
All right. Next, dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
You can dodge a wrench.
Depends what kind of dodgeball we're talking about.
There's only one kind of dodgeball.
I don't know.
Have you seen the movie Dodgeball?
Why does it feel like there's so many different versions of dodgeball? Because like, okay, like in high school, I don't know if it was like regular dodgeball, but for some reason we call it German dodgeball, where it's like you'd have the two sides and then you'd have like back parts of it. So people who
Yeah,
got
yeah.
eliminated went to the back part and you throw the ball over to them and they beam someone in the field to get back in.
Oh, did you call it Sham Battle?
No, for some reason we called it German dodgeball.
Okay, I think like in Pro City we called it Sham Battle.
Ah,
But yeah, it's kind of like that. I was like pretty darn good at dodging, but not
yeah.
throwing. I was like always the last guy. Maybe because
Yeah.
no one threw it at me, but but yeah, it's
Damn.
like yeah, last guy. It doesn't really count because like yeah, it's not a winning play. It's not a
Oh
winning
yeah.
play.
So wait, you guys
But
didn't get back in, or?
yeah, so to get back in, yeah, you I think you throw it to the back, and then when the
Mhm.
back guy catches it, it can't like be on the ground. It has to be all in the air, throw to the back in the jail, right?
Oh
And then
yeah,
the jail guy catches it and beams someone uh, from the back. Then that guy can
yeah,
get respawned.
yeah, yeah.
But that's kind of similar to the dodgeball movie, right? Like, how did they get respawned in the dodgeball movie? It was like
No, I thought they got.
no, a catch. A catch is a respawn.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I
That's
feel
weird.
like the dodgeball movie rules is just as solid Just solid dodgeball.
Yeah. But I feel like that'll be a lot. Well, it might be better if it's faster.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I say no.
Ah. I feel like part of me thinks, yeah, sure, why not another sport? But the other part of me is like, I don't think I care enough for it to actually be like a
I don't think it
sport.
just. I don't think it adds anything. Like, there's already ball
Yeah.
sports.
Yeah.
Like, there's handball. There's like already all these sports about
Yeah.
coordination. Like, I don't think we need dodgeball, to be honest.
No.
Plus, like,
Yeah.
nobody plays. So.
Only
It'd be elementary schoolers.
Elementary and high schoolers
Okay,
who
if it was like
don't have.
only up to age 10,
Yeah.
then that could be cool.
Oh yeah. Just have that one kid who was always good at it and just
just like all the all
down.
stars of every elementary school.
The all-star team from Lincoln Elementary. Okay, what's the last one?
It's not. There's way more. There's way more.
All right. Okay.
Foosball.
No. No.
All right.
No, get that shit out.
Moving on. Moving on. All right. MMA.
Yeah, I think it could be Olympic sport.
Mm-hmm.
Just because since boxing, judo, taekwondo, and then karate, what I think karate is only this Olympics. If all of those are in the Olympics, I feel like MMA should probably be Olympic sport.
For sure MMA. I feel like MMA should be an Olympic sport, like, because like all those other fighting disciplines, it's all arbitrary. It's just like different rules, and I feel like MMA is like the closest to like practical fighting, because you can use different styles. You have grappling and you have striking. So I think it's totally like, and it's really popular now. So I think it totally should be an Olympic sport. It's like the evolution of martial arts.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Yeah, so I think MMA for sure. All right, esports.
Okay, that really depends.
All right, let's just say okay, what is the most likely esport then?
I kind of want to go with, well, okay, it depends on popularity, but I think fighting esports is probably the best chance.
Fighting esports, all right.
Yeah.
What about like Counter-Strike?
Oh shit. Yeah. Okay, if esports had to, they'd probably break it down into like maybe 3 or 4 games. So I'd probably, for me, I would say Counter-Strike, just because you have to have the FPS. Probably LoL, maybe StarCraft, just because you have that real time strat. Games. And then fighting would be the last one.
Okay. Because I feel like fighting and all of those are really based on like hand-eye coordination, reaction time. So there's definitely merit to like the sports, and then like the world's getting more and more digital. So just performance in those is kind of more relevant to the modern world. So it's pretty interesting. It's definitely like not what, definitely not the original Olympic founder had in mind.
Oh yeah.
Well, they probably couldn't even conceive of computers, but I wouldn't mind. I could see why you could say no, though. I could see why you could say no. Because it's not like the body. It's closer to like the shooting. Yeah. Because that's kind of like skill based.
Yeah.
like hand-eye
Well,
coordination and reaction time.
yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, esports is definitely one like a toss up. Just because even now people are still debating whether esports should be considered a sport or if it's like whatever. But I mean, the fact that colleges are recognizing it and like having college level competitions
Mm.
and giving scholarships for that, it shows that the Olympics, if they want to become or maintain some level of relevancy, having esports would definitely bump up their numbers.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
Olympics esports, because you'd
Right.
reach a whole new audience. There'd be that like nationalistic pride behind it.
Oh yeah.
Um, I mean, maybe South Korea. South Korea. It depends on the game, right?
No, I'm pretty sure South Korea would just everything.
Already.
Yeah. I mean, I think Japan for fighting games, Japan would have a shot
Yeah.
just
Fighting
cuz they have
games.
so many arcades, but it's like, America, first off, we don't have that many arcades compared to Japan, and then also you don't see anybody except for like high school, middle schoolers go to arcades.
I feel like so I teach elementary schoolers
Uh-huh.
coding and stuff, and I feel like it's getting cooler to be good at video games. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost like being a jock back in like our day. Like if you're good at
Yeah.
like FPS or if you're good at like fighting games, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm way off base, but that's kind of like the sense I get. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of interesting because like it is a digital world,
Mhm.
and yeah, like just being really good at esports is pretty cool. I would say
Oh
yes, but
yeah.
I think it would be like pretty hard to choose the games
Yeah.
because like I feel like depending on what games, it's going to give certain countries advantages and stuff. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Uh I feel like it cannot be Smash just
okay,
cuz
like nobody,
Nintendo
I don't think
hates.
anybody was going to say Smash.
No, well, just cuz Nintendo hates competitions.
Yeah, I don't think that's
um
even made for competitive gaming.
Oh no, it's Nintendo Smash, or yeah, Smash League was a thing. Or like not Smash League, but Smash tournaments and Smash
Oh
competitors
yeah,
was a big thing. But
yeah,
except
but that's
Nintendo
like,
shut that down.
but like, yeah, like Nintendo didn't want that. They
Yeah,
like made certain features in the Smash games to prevent advanced techniques um,
yeah,
from happening there. So yeah, it's just like a casual like game, but
yeah.
people love it so much, and you can obviously play it against other people. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely not Smash.
no, yeah. I mean, Pokken, which I honestly thought that was a pretty good game, and I'm really disappointed that Nintendo didn't like, because if they backed that, I think they had something that, okay, it's not as technical as like Tekken or like Street Fighter, but I feel like it's at least I don't know if I would say it's a step above Smash, but it was definitely a really good game, and I feel like it really could have done well in a competitive setting.
Yeah, I don't really know about it, but yeah, I think that was kind of their. Well, from what I do know about it, I guess it is kind of like a step into competitive. But okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
neither Smash nor Pokken are even close to becoming
No,
Olympic esports.
yeah,
All right, so we're gonna say yes for esports.
yeah.
Next, bowling.
No. Well,
No,
personally, I think it's okay, but I wouldn't watch it.
I don't know. Like, does everybody just get 300s in bowling? Like,
No, but I mean, it's not like a rarity in competitions for there to be
Like if
multiple
you had like
300s.
a big competition, how many people get 300s? Because like if everybody
I
gets
don't,
300, then what's the point? You're just waiting
I
for
don't
someone to
even
mess
know.
up.
Yeah,
Like
kind of.
that's not very fun. That means the sport's not hard enough, right? Like the
A
rules
little
as it
bit.
is just not hard enough. Because like
Yeah.
at the highest level, everybody just gets perfect scores.
Yeah.
But I don't know how common it is actually.
Yeah. I mean, we literally don't know much about bowling. We only know
No.
bowling from, drinking a lot and then throwing balls.
Yeah, all I know is I personally am really bad at bowling. And I would rather
Ah,
just sit down, have a drink, talk to people, play the arcade, and then like toss the ball in the gutter. And that's kind
yeah.
of like what I do in bowling.
No, yeah. Bowling for sure is like a icebreaker event within the night,
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know too much about bowling, but you say no.
No.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right, the last one,
Oh.
chess.
Ooh. I think that goes hand in hand with the whole esports argument thing. If people are willing to accept esports, I think chess should have its opportunity.
But chess doesn't have anything to do with coordination or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
purely strategic. I guess like
Yeah.
you have to think fast if it's like on a clock, right? But
No, yeah.
like in terms of physical, um, like how good you are physically, it has nothing to do with
Hmm.
that. So that's one reason I would
No.
say chess is not worthy to
Yeah.
be a sport.
No, yeah. Maybe it's because I watched Queen's Gambit.
Okay, I didn't watch that.
It's a pretty good show. And like, I didn't realize how fast chess can, or like the opening for chess can be. Like, it's crazy how fast they go. Like, it's literally like, okay, I'm pretty sure they plan out their moves and they plan out the first probably 15 moves, maybe 10, just because they kind of know the history of their opponent. They probably know their like commonalities. They probably know their counters for their own commonalities. And then they probably form out a map of what they're going to do. But
Right, right.
it's crazy how like the first probably like 8 moves they can get done in under like uh I think they can do it under like 30 seconds of playtime for like 10 moves each kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But that's it. The other thing about chess is like, because like, why not Go? That's like a much more complicated game than chess.
That's true. Or
Or
like
like, why not
shogi or
checkers? Tic tac toe.
oh, I feel like those are too simple. Like shogi or chess makes a lot of sense. Go even so, yeah, that would make sense.
Definitely not tic tac
But
toe, right?
no, no.
Right.
If it was tic
Because
tac toe, bro, we got shot though. We have a
what
shot.
about Connect Four though? What about Connect Four?
Oh, oh, no, fuck no.
No, because like those games, you're just like, okay, there's no chance because those games are too simple. But like,
Yeah,
where is that line? I guess chess is still
yeah,
pretty competitive,
yeah,
um, but like a computer, it is solved. Like chess is solved for
yeah,
computers. Like every
yeah.
single optimal move has been optimized by a computer, but like
Hmm.
for Go, like it still hasn't been solved, which is pretty interesting. So
No, I thought a computer beat a grandmaster in Go.
yeah, but that was artificial intelligence. So
Yeah.
it was not using like a preset rules
Mm.
base to beat him. It was actually using
Uh,
artificial intelligence. So it was like learning from all these Go games and it was like kind of making original strategies. So yeah, like computers beat humans in Go, but it's not technically solved.
Yeah, that's yeah. So maybe we should just make it only physical sports.
Yeah, I would vote no for chess because I feel like it has to somehow involve coordination or like something
Yeah,
physical because chess is, of course, yeah. I mean, it's all mental. I guess you got to
mm.
move the piece, but
Yeah.
that's not enough. I think.
Well, actually, yeah, I feel like paintball would probably be a better alternative to that. Then,
Yeah, because like you definitely have to aim. You have to run between bunkers. Um,
well, paintball, you don't really have to aim too much.
oh, really? You
Okay,
just
because
spray?
yeah, in speedball, yeah, it's a lot of spraying. So like that's why
Mm, so it's more strategy.
back players usually have like what, probably six pods on them. And then yeah, they usually just spray on lanes to just cover them.
Mm,
And then yeah, usually it's
like
the
cover
front guys
fire.
who would, yeah,
But the front guys, do they have to have coordination though?
yeah,
Because I imagine like reaction time definitely plays a factor. Like,
oh yeah. So it's not necessarily like aiming, but it's definitely a lot of strategy and physicality in terms of coordination and movement. Yeah,
yeah.
no,
So yeah, chess.
paintball.
What do you think? Yes or no?
Nah,
All right. Yeah, I agree with
I mean for
that.
sure chess. I don't think chess would really help with the popularity of Olympics.
No, no. Yeah,
Nah,
I mean, I feel like chess. They had chess when they first made the Olympics. Like it was a thing, but they didn't include
yeah,
it for a reason. So
yeah,
yeah, why include it now?
yeah. Poor chess.
Well,
Yeah,
it's about time to wrap up today's episode of this podcast.
yeah. I'm sure you didn't forget the name of the podcast.
Yes, I didn't. I didn't forget it at all. I just chose not to say it.
Yeah, but yeah, it feels like we're we're at about that natural ending point. I feel like podcast went pretty well. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was pretty well, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I think the next one will be even better. And if you like the podcast, please leave a comment in the appropriate platform that you're listening on. And stay tuned for more from Chilling with Millennials. This has been Ian,
And thus,
and I hope you have a good life.